комплекс под нами.
Где?
Вот этот, по-моему, вот этот, мегас какие, вот. Вот такой. Вот сюда. Смотрите. Смотрела, не выбрала. Есть нифига нет. Четко. Нет, дымка стоит. Сюда показывают. Программу записали, да? Надо в Японию попасть на завод, дает там такие вот 50
конечно,
у которых
нервно курит в туалете.
вот это, да?
Слушай, так ну можно путать. Да? Еще там где-то 20 минут.
Скажу историю. Читал в интернете. Я просто зову ее.
Закрой.
Внимание, продолжается посадка самолета на работу, летающий 321 Вопрос номер 13. Это наша поезд на работе ночи по Лос-Анджелес, flight number 321. All passengers, please proceed to your gate number 62.
Как бы ответственный человека говорит.
Это уже внутренние моря.
И внутренние моря.
Это такие маленькие, там их куча. Ты что, не видел начало Канады? Ты карту вообще знаешь?
Ты что гонишь?
Смотри. А, у меня нет часовых поясов. Рыбачка какого-нибудь заснять.
Че, если что-то плывем теперь уже, да, если упадем сейчас? Да?
Нет.
Не доплывешь?
Ну какая вода ледяная?
Че?
Метров 10 доплывем.
Да, ну просто здесь. По льдинам, бегом просто. Вот перебегая с льдинки на льдинку.
Ай. Ну полчаса. То есть, наверное, смерть.
Вот видишь, где мы летаем? Карту. Че? Америка.
Америка.
Езжаем в Америку. Дальше океан. Вертолет летит. Вижу. 5 минут уже.
Вон еще один самолет.
Где самолет? Дай сниму самолет. Ну-ка. Что ты, Артемыч? Где самолет? Видно, нет? Ой. Врезался. Ну-ка. Ой, как трясет-то. Че, мы садиться будем параллельно, да?
Что это за болото в центре города?
На одну полосу. Кто вперед, похоже, идем. Кто вперед на полосу зайдет. О, болото. Бегемоты, смотри, бегемоты. Есть крокодилы? Крокодилы, бегемоты.
Вот где поля для гольфа всякие вообще.
Одноэтажная Америка, смотри.
Мы его обгоняем. Давайте, мужики, газу делайте. О, смотри, он в пике пошел. Самолет, видишь? Мы его сейчас сделаем все равно.
Офигеть, смотри, какие домики. Вот они, хайвы.
посадку в аэропорту Кеннеди, Нью-Йорка. Местное время 16 часов 24 минуты. Просим оставаться на своих местах с застегнутыми ремнями до выключения табло «Застегните ремни». От имени экипажа благодарим за то, что вы воспользовались услугами авиакомпании «Аэрофлот», российские авиалинии, являющиеся членом Альянса «Часть». Мы будем рады новой встрече с вами. Благодарю за внимание. До свидания. Удачного вечера. Ladies and gentlemen, our aircraft has just landed at JFK Airport of New York. Local time is 4:24 p.m. local time.
Вот здесь крепко орешек останавливал. Крепко орешек вот здесь бился. Смотрел, помнишь, как он бегал по полям? Бедный Брюс Уиллис. Goodbye.
Это четверка, не работаешь терминал. Здесь работаешь, строится до JetBlue. Это был передовой терминал. Знаменитая пятерка. Это один из самых, это считается ведомым шедевром. Вообще транспортом. То есть они летают, лоу дают по 12 даже сидеть, как бы дешево делать. С этих сервисов летают. Цена дороже, чем здесь. Например, внимание, как это
We have arrived at Terminals 8 and 9. This is the Howard Beach Terminal.
терминал второй.
Сырок сколько. года на мехах стоит, желтая. Это Toyota.
Вон дождь поехал.
Toyota какая. Давай, меха. Кто? Давай, а то мы не пойдем. Сейчас надо двигать. Миха, иди.
And I took a tour with Japanese bus under to Moskva and back to Japan. So it was all in Japanese. I toured this tour in Japanese. We shouldn't pay you this, so we would pay everybody. So I think it was $17 or $20. Yeah, I'm sure. So I think that should take care of it.
Hello everybody, I am Mike and I am member of English Project Club, and also I am member participant of our Vision Project, Vision Quest Project.
Hello, I'm Artyom, I'm a student. I came from Moscow today to New York. I really like the city, and I'm a member of Track. And I really like it.
What are you studying? What did you study? What topic?
Yes, at school.
Yeah, what?
High school.
Oh, in high school?
High school.
No.
Просто школа будет. I actually managed to I was born in Novosibirsk, so now I'm responsible for these guys. Sorry. I live in New York. Kind of host the host for a few days there, in New York. Happy to see you. First my attendance in these kind of initiatives and New York.
And the next item in the agenda is the happy and sad dollars. And for all the guests, the happy and sad dollars is you collect the dollars. Or if you feel real generous, you can contribute more than $1. And that money goes into buying an arts table for a school in Manhattan. And so I'll start the ball rolling this way. This is my rate. I'm actually really happy because I finally finished the exam that I was studying for a few months. So got the money off the back. And second, I feel like I got my life back so I can start enjoying the summer.
Thank you. I'm happy about the Far Travelers guests tonight.
I just noticed that I'm from Japan, your neighbor Russian friend.
I've been in Japan.
Okay, I'm happy we had a very successful orientation for the rotary scholars.
I'm happy because we have a lot of guests tonight. I'm sad because I had a tough time getting my son to date here today. He's crying a lot.
Okay, I'm happy because my project is the UN party for the children of Haiti is moving really good. Happy to be here.
I'm happy that our team in Lima has met with the Lima Rotary Clubs who wants to work with us, which is kind of exciting.
I'm happy for all our guests tonight.
I'm happy my couch finally will be occupied.
Was it a nice weather here?
For all of us, we're happy that we are here. Thank you.
Treasure is here.
Like our money.
Okay, we have a little presentation on computer. If we have time for preparation, we will do it. We need 2 minutes for preparation. No?
If you can do it without a computer, it would be better.
Okay.
Maybe what we can do is towards the end of the meeting, after the guest speaker, you can prepare your laptop again. Slides, images, or something you want to share. Then we can do it afterwards.
No, we will do it after meeting. Prepare better. Or by students.
Okay, then let's move on to.
Yeah. I can also keep my short.
Our guest speaker today is
Yes. No, thank you. And allow me to stay seated. Let's keep it very informal here. And I bought a few papers here to look at. It's something. Overview style, I'll leave that with you. So basically, what's new? The New York Stock Exchange, as the largest stock exchange in the US, has combined with the largest stock exchange in Europe, with Euronext. It's in the bottom, but also to share with Euronext, and Euronext in Europe comprises marketplaces in London for derivatives, in Amsterdam, Brussels, Paris, and Lisbon. So basically Portugal, France, Belgium, the Netherlands, and the UK for derivatives. By joining forces, we basically have created the largest pool of liquidity, the largest network of trading, and you will still see that's also comparable, as in many ways actually comparable to airlines. You will still see, like you see today, you see KLM planes, you see Air France planes, although it's one company. You will continue to see Euronext on the European side and NYSE on the US side, which has branding reasons and most importantly also regulatory reasons. Because the regulatory regimes, which are stricter in the US and less stringent in Europe, are intended to be kept separate, so you have different choices of different requirements and different, basically different reporting and corporate governance structures. Altogether, we have over 4,000 listings from 55 countries, and the 55 countries, of course, include Russia, where we have a very strong, over 10-year history of very successful listings. We have, most of the companies are from the telecom sector, mobile telecom, Wimbledon, we have Metro Steel, and also Wimbledon, the food sector, that are listed here and traded in New York. Wimbledon just over 5 years, and Wimbledon was the first one in '96. So they just at their 10th anniversary last November. But the 55 countries, of course, also comprise Switzerland, comprise Germany, Japan. I mean, almost you name it. Any major country is represented under those 55. One country that we're very interested in that's not represented yet is Ukraine, and that's why we're going there. We'll give a seminar next week. That's also where I took my slides for next week and printed eight slides as an overview. So Ukraine is not represented yet, and they should be, in our opinion, with a strong economic growth they show, with the quality of companies there. So that's our target, to get Ukrainian companies on board, and actually one company is already on the way to list in one of our European venues. So again, different markets with different requirements for different issuers. From Japan, for example, we have Sony, where Miki is actually one of the investor relations team members here in New York, and actively marketing the stock. It's a very liquid issue, and we wish all companies were trading as actively as Sony here, but it also directly corresponds to the effort that companies put in with people on the ground here. So what is new? It's the first transatlantic or transcontinental stock exchange combination, and we have a number of collaboration agreements with various countries, including now the Tokyo Stock Exchange, including MySex in Russia. So we're calling ourselves, or others are calling us, the global exchange, because we're the international expansion. People tell us we're on the forefront there. A few things also away from, let's say, numbers or so. The stock exchange is 215 years old, and I'm also talking about the anniversaries or milestones, corporate milestones. IPOs tend to open the market in the morning with the opening bell. Return visitors like Wimbledon in February or Wimbledon in November come back and close the market. And the bells that you've all seen or heard on television when people are standing up there on the podium, opening and closing the market, are the world's most watched daily events with 120 million viewers, actually, because obviously you've seen it intentionally or occasionally, or because you were at the airport, or you were at a hotel, or you were at a bank, or in any part of the world. It's the world's most watched daily event with around 120 million viewers. Altogether, the 4,000 companies that we have trade around $128 billion a day. So the daily turnover, the daily buying and selling on NYSE Euronext is $128 billion. The value of the 4,000 companies is close to $30 trillion. So it's the largest agglomeration of companies, and it's the largest liquidity pool in the world. In terms of privatizations from all parts of the world, we have over 90 privatized companies listed on the NYSE. 2/3 are from emerging markets. Actually, let me add one country also, Turkey. And Turkcell is actually going to be a guest speaker at our event next week in Ukraine, so as one of the neighbors sharing their positive experience with the US listing. So far our only Turkish company, but it's extremely successful and extremely satisfied customer. That's also why they agreed to the speaker. With the combination with Europe, where it was it was a merger between equals. So Europe's chairman continued to be the chairman of the board, and our CEO continued to be the CEO of the operations. And you have that mirrored basically. So the deputy chairman is from the US side, and the deputy CEO is from the European side. So you have that staggered combination. When I mentioned airlines earlier, in terms of different branding, different regulatory regimes. Mergers between stock exchanges, and we experienced firsthand cross-border mergers of stock exchanges, come with a lot of political baggage because politicians speak about it. Basically, what's the typical thing to say is a country has a stock exchange, a flag, an army, and an airline. So you have a lot of national connotations as far as stock exchanges are concerned, but we were able, with the successful completion of the merger, to overcome such sentiments or concerns and basically complete the merger without problems. The merger between Nasdaq and London did not go through, so there's some renewed efforts perhaps there in the future, but so far we've been on track. The number of listings in the US is growing. We had 2 years ago, when new regulation came out, we had 20 non-US listings coming to the US. Last year we had 28, and this year we're ahead of last year's numbers by having 15 listings so far in a very strong pipeline. So companies are now having absorbed the new regulation, the new requirements. Companies are coming in increasing numbers to the US. There have also been exits now, also have been facilitated. So for those who always said they want to leave, or those who actually wanted to leave and meant it, so there is now the possibility to leave if you trade less than 5% of your worldwide volume in the US. So that also then gets those companies who always wanted to leave out of the system, which is happening actually right now in June. So a lot has been done to improve and restore the attractiveness of the US market, and to attract companies again to what is the deepest pool of investment and the deepest pool of liquidity. And again, I'll leave you with a few numbers here on that sheet. Talking about interactive, are there any questions or anything I was going over too quickly? Anything?
Why would a company want to leave?
What? If a company, and there's a couple of examples, altogether there has been 20 departure announcements now. Again, out of a list of 450 companies, non-US companies in the US. Why would a company want to leave? Especially those from Europe or traveling in Europe. You may know the mobile phone company O2, British Telecom Wireless O2. They left because they came here because they wanted to be part of the US wireless consolidation in some shape or form, ideally as an acquirer, as a leader. So US consolidation has happened. They were not part of it, so now they want to, they should, and do exit. Other parts, like to stay in the telecom sector, cable and wireless. Cable and wireless, they sold their US business. Same as Converio, the Swiss reinsurance company. Sold their US business, exit from the US, no longer a need to maintain the US business. Yeah. And others want to leave. We also have a few examples in which which is one of the most prestigious name is British Airways, and there was strictest cost cutting measure. They said, well, we're going to cut it, maybe we will reinstate it again in a year or two, but right now we have to cut everything we do not need at this point. And this was among those things. So it is a flux. I mean, the same way you, let me say it on a retail basis. The same way you cancel a credit card, or the same way you close a second account that you have. Yeah. The same way the companies say, okay, we do not want this. Actually, from Russia, there was Rostelecom, who just said, I mean, they have not left yet, but they said they will leave and focus on the Russian market. But all others, again, the other four names that I brought, are thriving, and there is no intention, no thought of leaving. So, a very good question.
question. Do you think that high cost of regulation is driving people away from
that was the impetus for the concern. I mean, if let's say in the British Airways case, if the New York listing came at no additional requirements and no additional cost, then they would have stayed. Yeah. But what happened basically in 3 years ago, in 4 years ago, and the buzzword is the Sarbanes-Oxley Act. We now need to have an independent audit committee, like a subset of your board needs to be independent, which has been no problem at all. People have adopted and implemented that. But the big cost driver was and that's for US companies as well as non-US companies, the implementation of revisions and documentation and audit of your internal control system. That has cost a lot of work, and that has cost a lot of dollars and resources. And that's what basically made companies rethink their decision. Again, the number is on the rise. Also, talking about Japan last year, our largest non-US listing came out of Japan, Nomura. Nomura company with 93 billion at the time. I don't know what they said, but $93 billion in some of their listings. So it is a what you could describe a natural fluctuation of companies revising their decisions of leaving. And the key driver, if it's from the cost angle, the key driver definitely was inside the US and outside, was Sarbanes-Oxley, and the requirement, particularly the requirement 404, the internal control requirement.
How long does it take a company to get listed here, in average?
That, the big question a company has to ask itself, how long does it take me to get my prospectus ready? To get basically the document describing your company, describing your history, describing your financials. How long does it take me to get that ready? From that point onwards, it takes 3 to 6 months. With all the registration, 2 weeks of roadshow, 3 weeks of roadshow, 2 weeks of meeting. But for some instances, to get your prospectus ready, that's the key driver. There it could take somewhere between 3 months and 3 years.
So who determines how long it takes? Is it something like you put it together, someone reviews it and finds it suitable or sufficient, and then if not, you're told that's the review, you need to do this, this, and this, otherwise you will not be able to accept it?
And that's what the SEC is doing, and the SEC guarantees you comments or questions within 30 days. So whenever you have your prospectus ready, you send it into the SEC, that all happens confidentially without anybody seeing it. They get back to you within 30 days. We've seen it now much faster than actually had like the maximum 30 days. They get back to you with questions.
And is there a number, I mean, is there a limit as to how many times you can submit, or you can submit until you finally...
It's an iterative process, in theory, without limits, but what we see maximum like 3 times, after the third iteration, everything is reconciled and refined or described in more detail, whatever was required. The problem also is for, let's say, in an emerging market context. I was just, and that's non-objective and non-figure pointing discussion, but I was just going to the website recently of Ukraine Telecom, which is a public company in Ukraine. But the last English annual report that they published was 2004. So obviously in terms of readiness, it probably will take, or I would expect for Ukraine Telecom that does not have, let's say, current English documents, and for them it probably takes longer than, much longer than 3 months. If I went to the website of Naftogaz, the petroleum company, Ukrainian petroleum company. I went to the website of Naftogaz. Excellent English documents, excellent English reports. I mean, that's a company that probably takes less time. But you have basically, with the question is, what do you have, and what can you work with, and how long does it take you to get this all packed together, packed in shape. Some companies like Metro Steel made or were waiting for an AGM to make changes to the composition of their board, because again it needs to be independent, it needs to be non-management board.
As I understand, that presentation is aimed for on trade. So probably some of the company will be heading to Arca Exchange. To Arca Exchange.
To Arca?
Arca. Yeah.
Arca is a subset.
Yeah, I understand. But what the future of Arca and how it's seen now?
Well, right now it's a fully electronic market with no fraud present, and it is a market for growth companies, for smaller companies that currently do not meet the NYSE, the large NYSE requirements. And we have about 10 listings. Actually, one also we have an auto.
One is left because it didn't join to the floor.
One has basically upgraded to the floor, which happens when you reach the size limit. Let me say also on this, the requirements to list on the New York Stock Exchange are, in terms of numbers, are the highest. The SEC filing is the same for Arca, for NYSE, for NASDAQ, for any place. But the number requirements in any of the companies that I mentioned, of course, meet those. You need to have 3 years of profitability. That's, of course, a big task in itself. You need to have not only 3 years of operating history, but you need to have the recent 3 years need to be profitable. If you do not have that, you need to have $750 million in market capitalization. And I can tell you from the last 3 German listings that came to the US, 2 I could not even call on or touch because they did not qualify for the New York Stock Exchange. They went to NASDAQ by default.
But is there a special future for Arca? Because it's the toughest competitor. Toughest competition between Arca and AIM. Happening.
No, well, I would not say there's competition between Arca and AIM because Arca you need a US registration and you need to be SOX compliant. But so the right now I would rephrase it and that's actually the further part of this is like an overview, and then we're going to talk about NYSE and about Euronext. The competition will be Alternext and AIM. Alternext, which is the growth market of Euronext. Alternext and AIM, they are target competitors. But Arca and AIM are not competitors because Arca, you need a US registration, you need to be SOX compliant.
For outside companies,
for outside companies and also US companies, you need the whole compliance to be on Arca.
There is no any special plans for Arca from the industry.
For Arca, well, it's liquidity arguments. And also Arca right now Arca handles about 15-20% of NASDAQ volume. So it's so as a trading platform, as an options platform, it's doing its job and as a listing platform. Well, we have the exact numbers here, but let me keep it high level. We have basically three to four key revenue streams. The revenue streams are listing fees. So a company, 2/3 of the company that we have listed pay us the minimum of $30,000 a year for us to provide trade. The other third pays up to $500,000. So it's a fee between $38,000 and $500,000 a year. And companies pay us a listing fee, annual listing fee. That's one stream. And the other stream is trading. For each 100 shares that trade, we get a fee, a commission, a user fee of 2 cents. So, meaning if you look at Wimblecom right now, $101 per share. If you say 100 Wimblecom shares, $10,000, in the $10,000 100, we charge $2. 2 cents per 100 shares. So, I mean, it's very minimal, and it has almost nothing to do with the $8 or $10 or $29 you pay for a trade. I mean, for each 100 shares that trade, we charge 2 cents. The other fee is the other mainstream is market data. I mean, you all know from Yahoo and from other sources, after 20 minutes it's free. But in real time it's very valuable, and people pay for real time stock quotes, and that is basically the third key stream of the revenue model. So listing fees, training fees, listing fees by the issuers, training fees from the users, and market data fees from those who buy stock market prices.
Maria, there were 6
No, growth areas in general are right now derivatives. That's also where the platforms in Chicago have been very successful. Derivatives, one big growth area for us right now is exchange traded funds. So it's mutual funds that have a moment by moment typical trading. And the growth will also be in additional listings. So, two big growth areas everywhere in the world, and it's not NYC specifically, are derivatives and exchange traded funds, which I also say is a derivative in itself, but don't push it.
Developed with a projector, but unfortunately, excuse us, it was too heavy, too much language. Okay. As we told you before, we came from Novosibirsk. If you like all Americans think that Novosibirsk is tundra and relaxed, it's not true. No beers on the street. It's a third large city in Russia, and it's over than 1.6 million people. Quite big one, of course, compared to New York, it's nothing, but it's quite big in Russia. It's the capital of Siberia. Siberia occupied 40% of total area of Russia, and it's, you won't believe, more than total area of continental USA, which is 16 of population of Russia lives in Siberia, and yes, we have a 6.5 million square meters. Our territory. I mean, territory of Siberia. Miles. And most oil and gas are situated on our region, so we have to be separated. We are thinking about this. Our region is our district is part of. Yes, it's the biggest district in Rotary. It's 50 and 10 district. It consists of Rotary clubs of 3 countries. Russia, east part of Russia, which is the best part. Not St. Petersburg and Moscow. Alaska and Canada, Yukon region of Canada. The district territory occupied 11 time zones, and it's one-tenth of the territory is quite big one. There are 74 clubs in the territory, and 5 of them are in Novosibirsk. Our club is the youngest, and we were registered in November 2006, and it's probably the youngest club in the world. I mean, the 29.5-year-old average, the average age of our members. Before we were registered, we gathered for 2 years and accomplished more than 15 projects.
Where do you guys have your district conference? Do you have a district conference?
We have 2 district conferences, one for Russia part, one for America and Canada part, because it's, you know, quite big territory. The last one we had just finished just 1 day, 3 days, yes, 1 day ago, by the way, and it was on Altai Mountains. It's a very beautiful place, not far from here. And for Alaska, it was 2 weeks ago. No, for Alaska, it was 17th of May, somewhere in Alaska.
Near the pipeline.
If you, okay, some example of our work. We have taken care of some village school. It's very far away from Novosibirsk. To you, it's like 1 or 2 states away. We have supplied the school with a computers lab, and we have been teaching them how to do more with computers, not only to play. Also, we have created a postcards, very good. You could see it in nature size here. You can see. We're selling it for $10 for 6, and all money assist. We pay. We will give to children who need medicine. If you want, you can buy it. Yes. Children did it, and we sponsored a special program in the city. We took the winner who was first and asked them to give us. We gave them prizes. Children were happy, and we gave them prizes, and we asked them to give us that we could use it for postcards. And now we sell it, so we do double project in one. You know. Also, we have recipients an international grant. The Orphan Act organization. We have produced living furniture and summer play garden for orphans in Novosibirsk district. You can see you can the process of opening. And now we have another project which we named Vision Quest. Now we are on a first point. There are 2 reasons to be here. I mean, to do a Vision Quest project. First one is to see how the Rotary, to see wonderful Rotarians like you, and see how it works here, because we didn't have experience. And secondary, to raise money, excuse me for my English, it's still sleeping. Some of them, all of them, fighting need urgent operation, otherwise they will die. Some of most of them are old. And unfortunately, all of them are not in the program, in the program. To start with this 5 needs most urgent operation, so we'd like to help them. We are going to raise money for the operation, as I told, and if you want, we invite you to join with us with a matching plan or whatever. How to do it better, we don't know, because it's our first experience. It's our first experience was meeting in America, and we don't know how it will go. But for sure, we will try to do our best to help these children. Also, we have a website, which is a Nova Rotary Vision Quest, where you can see it's on video. So where you can see all the details and all the information. If you don't understand, you could read everything.
Success in endeavor with that.
Thank you. We will use this outside. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Если бы вы знали, какой здесь запах.
Скажи громче это.
Если бы вы не знали, если бы вы знали, какой здесь запах, вы бы не любили этот город.
Если бы ты был в Москве, то там этих запахов, там таракан. Рикша. Серый рикша. Транспорт Нью-Йорка. Самый распространенный. Михан, за чемоданами смотрите. Все пикают, все куда-то торопятся. Лучше афроамериканцев. Любишь негров на нашего. О! Грузовик, смотри. Наша комната в Нью-Йорке.
Нью-Джерси, вернее.
Ну почему? Нью-Йорк. Близко, по крайней мере. Это Нью-Джерси штат, я так понял.
Ну да.
Ну хотя, в принципе, да, наверное. Да, штат такая. Большой телек.
О! Спасение рядового Райана идет.
Да это что?
Начальная сцена, ага.
Классно на английском посмотреть, прикинь.
Я ладно, просто не могу. Полностью смутнел.
Что-то не кончается. Нормальный, короче, номер. Были бы такие.
Везде.
Ага. Хотя бы, не знаю, через раз такой бы попадался и все.
Отельчик хороший.
Где хорошо помыться.
Организацию могли бы включить, конечно. Как он решил.